Rasami Babaji, my question is that are we marked for initiation when we're born, or does it depend on our family background or our values?
No, no, it doesn't depend upon your family or anybody. Initiation is for the individual soul, beta. When people come to me, if somebody tells me that his parents are satsangis or his parents would like it, I would reject him. I'm not concerned about the parents, I'm concerned about what you want. So this is a call that you have to take, beta.
Thank you, Babaji. Radhaswami.
Radhaswami Babaji. From my background, I'm being brought up as a Christian, and I wanted to ask if the teachings to the perfect path are different from what I have been taught since childhood.
No, sister.
Please advise.
No, you don't have to change your religion. Please follow your religion. But how do you become a good Christian? You see, so we have to practice whatever is taught to us, not just keep on reading the Bible, but to follow it in letter and spirit. What does the Bible say? Bible says, be ye doers of the word. The word is Shabbat. So Bible is also saying the same thing. The New Testament, how does it start? In the beginning was the Word, and the Word was with God, and the Word was God. Now, if you translate that word into the Indian language, in the beginning was the Shabad, and the Shabad was with the God, and the Shabad was God. It's the same thing. So there is no distinction. We should learn, the idea of Santmat is that it should make us better Christians, whichever religion you are born in. Better Muslims, better Hindus, better Sikhs, in essence, better human beings. I don't want anybody to change his religion, but I want them to go deep into it and practice it rather than on a superficial level.
Thank you.
Radhaswami Babaji. These days, there's a lot of information going around, like it's an information boom. We're living in the information boom era. And now a lot of information comes across on behavior towards animals in terms of cruelty with the dairy industry. And being a vegetarian, I have now recently been fighting with myself, and I would like to become a vegan. And I would like to practice being a vegan, and it's hard, as from childhood I've been a vegetarian, taking milk products. Do you think it's time for us to maybe try to shift towards veganism, as you know what the cows go through?
No, I'm in total agreement with you, beta, that if whatever we are now seeing in the media, that is what is being done, then we should avoid milk. But if you see in a country like India, the cow is very revered. They treat the cow as a mother. Okay, so I'm not going to generalize on it, but definitely if the animal has been mistreated or it is being commercialized, yes, we should think twice before taking milk.
Sorry, and do you see a future where all us Radhaswamis will be vegan? Any time in the near future?
Well, I mean, whatever you think is wrong, you should avoid anyway. Why should why should anybody have to stipulate it to you?
That's right.
I mean, nobody can lay out everything for you, beta. So the idea is not to hurt anybody. And when you say hurt anybody, it means animals also. So if people are taking advantage, that should be stopped.
Thank you, Babaji.
Radhaswami Babaji, my question is, how can we know the limit where we need to step back from emotionally draining relationships? Sometimes we feel like we're giving our best in relationships, in the house, and in everywhere. You feel like you're just doing your best, but it just doesn't seem to be enough. You don't seem to be doing enough. How do we know when to step back and to just maintain our sanity?
Beta, your sanity will come from you fulfilling what you are supposed to do, not from the other person. Never give anybody that power that your happiness depends upon him or her. Okay, your future, your happiness is in your hands. So beta, it takes two hands to clap. You can't clap with one hand. So each one of us should fulfill our responsibilities. Stop relying on the other person for your happiness. If you fulfill your responsibilities and you are in control of your mind, you will get that peace of mind and happiness better. We've made ourselves dependent upon everything on others. That's why we are suffering.
Good day, Babaji. Thank you for this wonderful opportunity. Babaji, you have mentioned earlier in context that let one's faith not be tested. Then, Babaji, why test a weak but ardent disciple's faith to such an extent, Babaji, that the person deviates from the path? And
Beta, he never tests us, beta, because we can never pass. He will never test us. But we know what is right, we know what is wrong. You tell a child, the fire is hot, stay away from it. The child insists on putting his hand in the fire. It's going to burn, isn't it?
Yeah.
Jaisi karni, vaisi bharni. Whatever we are going through is the result of our own actions. It is not that somebody has put us in a situation, we put ourselves in the situation, beta. And then we have to take the consequences.
Yeah. And Babaji, as fellow satsangis, how would you advise us to bring back that person on the fold, not being nagging or overbearing on that person, Babaji?
Just no, beta. Never discuss these things. Just create a wonderful atmosphere. Create a harmonious atmosphere around them and leave it up to them. Because these are not by discussion. It is by example and by experience, beta.
Thank you so much, Babaji, and help me to complete my duty towards you to my best ability, Babaji. Thank you.
Radhaswami Babaji. Babaji, sometimes we feel so close to the Lord when we are actually talking to him in an informal way in our mind. Is it okay to do so, or is it only by engaging in Simran that we are actually connected to him?
Beta, I mean, since we are in the physical, sometimes to lighten our heart, we feel the need to express ourselves, we feel the need to talk. So there is no harm in it. But from the perspective of the Lord, he's all knowing. We don't have to use words to tell him what situation we are in. Bin bolle sab kich janda, kis aage kijiye ardas. So it's not that he doesn't know. But from our perspective, it is basically to lighten ourselves. If you have a problem, you share it with somebody, you feel light. So to that extent, it's okay. But never think that he doesn't know that you are trying to remind him or you are trying to tell him. So he knows everything even without us speaking.
Babaji, sometimes when we want to stay connected to him, when we do Simran, sometimes it becomes very mechanical. So we are doing the Simran, but at the same time, we are thinking about other things. However, when we engage in this kind of a personal conversation with him, we actually feel your presence, his presence. So is it right? I can't understand.
So just no, beta, this is the mind trying to sort of giving us a way out and saying that this is better and that is not that good. Now, when you are doing Simran with the tongue, beta, then the mind is empty and the mind can be focused on Simran or it can start thinking of other things. But once the mind picks up the Simran, okay, then the mind gets occupied. Then it can't think of other things. So when we do Simran, initially, even if it's mechanical, idea is to create that groove on the mind that the mind picks it up. And when the mind picks it up, then it won't get distracted.
Therefore, Simran is the best thing, actually, even if it's mechanical. Thank you.
Yeah.
Thank you so much for everything. Thank you, Babaji.
Babaji, the sister asks, Master, when this life is over, I don't want to return to this world. I want to go to my real home with God. Master, can you help me?
Well, sister, he's shown us the way. He's given us the path. Now that is the goal in front of us. Now we have to walk towards that. So if in our everyday life, we can reflect it in our actions, we will definitely achieve that goal. But if I'm double-minded. Sometimes I'm going towards that. Sometimes I'm walking away from that. Then I'm going around in circles. So let's keep that focus. Let's keep that goal in front of us and let's walk towards that, and we will definitely reach our goal.
Babaji, the sister is asking, a few years ago in your last visit to Vallarta, when I saw you for the first time, I couldn't stop crying. I can't even explain myself why I cried so much to see you in front of us. I couldn't stop looking at your eyes and the love and kindness they transmit, and I kept on crying. I am not initiated on this path, but whenever I hear people talking about you, certain stories, experiences of people who go to Dera, or when I remember the day I saw you, I get this uncontrollable desire to cry. Why does this happen to me? What is this feeling that I cannot understand?
Sister, it is all emotion. Now, anything that touches us deeply within, it touches the core of our being, it is going to affect us. The issue is that we need to channelize this emotion. If you channelize your emotion, it will become devotion. But if you don't channelize the emotion, then it only spreads your attention in other things. So let us channelize this emotion. It will become devotion, and that will help us working towards the real goal. It's nothing to be worried about. It's past association, the association with love. That's what brings about the emotion. Now we need to channelize it.
Babaji, the sister is asking, my meditation is disturbed because my only son, who is 16, has been aggressive for a year and a half because of his addiction to TV and cell phone. He was in rehab for 2 months, but got sick and I removed him from there. He interacts very little with his father. I am a single mother. The psychiatrist prescribed him sleeping and anxiety medication. He has no diagnosis. What can I do?
Well, sister, what is important is the harmony in the house. Now, if somebody is affected by something, he needs some support. He needs something better than that, otherwise he will not give it up. So if there is love, if you give him love, he will want to do something for you. But if there is no love, there is no harmony, then he will just do what he wants to do. So let him take his medicines, but give him so much love that he feels the need to please you. He feels the need to do something for you, only then he will make the effort. Otherwise, he won't make the effort.
The sister is asking, what happens in a person that after being initiated gets discouraged and then you feel like you are not a worthy disciple of your master?
Why should we get discouraged? He hasn't asked us for results. He is not saying that, great master used to say, come with your weakness or come with your strength, but at least come. So our meditation is knocking at his door. He is not saying that you come with the success or you come with this or that. He is just asking us to come. So if we are able to be present and we are able to feel him within ourselves, the rest he will take care of. On our own, we can't do anything. It's only his grace that will help us to achieve it. But at least we can be receptive. So if we are receptive, we will be able to digest his grace and we will be able to make our way home. But if we are not receptive, it is not that he has stopped giving. It's just that we have shut the door. We need to keep it open.
The sister is asking, Radha Swami Babaji, I have a feeling for which I like to ask your guidance. When I read a phrase in some book of Sanmat or I'm meditating the way you advise us prior to initiation. Suddenly, it appears a deep feeling of sorrow or sadness that breaks me to tears. Is this a negative feeling for my spiritual development?
It's not a negative feeling, it's a very positive feeling. You see, because everything in life is need-based. Unless you don't feel the need of something, the mind is not going to put in the effort. It's only when you miss something, when you feel the need, that the mind will make the effort and work towards that. So we call this yearning, or we call this virha in the Indian language, you know. So the greatest gift that the Lord can give us is this yearning, because it is the yearning that propels us to put in more effort and to become worthy of Him.
Babaji, the sister is asking, Babaji, how can I make it if every step I take each day, I feel like it takes me farther away from you and the Sanma teachings? Every day I try to sit to meditate and I try to give my biggest effort, but I keep on doing the same.
I think, sister, we analyze too much. You know, what is important is that we learn to space out our life. The younger generation of today is in too much of a hurry to get everything, to achieve everything. And that is why we are not able to cherish and enjoy what He's giving us. If I hurriedly do so many things, I'll never be able to appreciate. But if I do it one at a time, I will have appreciation and I will cherish it. So don't analyze. You give your time to your meditation, keep a balance in life, and definitely we can achieve it. Don't be in a hurry.
The sister is asking, Master, how do I identify what comes from imagination of what comes up in meditation?
Well, sister, until you can't hear the Shabad, until you can't hear the sound, everything is imagination. It's the mind projecting. It's only when you go beyond mind and Maya that you will understand what the reality is. So we should be very wary that the mind is going to project a lot of things. So until we are not able to hear the Shabad, just be cautious.
Babaji, the sister is asking, if an ice cream shop, you can ask for a little taste of any ice cream flavor, why is it that when we are initiated and we are doing our meditation, we aren't given a little sample of the nectar from where we come from as motivation? Some people get there easier than others, but for us who struggle more, why isn't a little sample given to us?
It is not that the sound is not there. The sound is there. The light is there. What is lacking is our attention. So where is the question of Him giving it to us? You know, I'm sitting in front of you, you can see my face. Now, if you turn your face around and say, where have you gone? I haven't gone anywhere. You are looking in the wrong direction. You bring your face towards me, you can see me again. So the Shabad is there. We don't have to ask for it. We just need to experience it. Today, our mind is distracted. So when we can focus the mind, it'll be there. Then you can have as much ice cream as you want.
The brother is asking, Master, if I rent a commercial space, but the renters use it to sell food, which in generally is meat-based, does it generate karma for me?
You see, there's karma in everything that we do. Now, even the money that we get from the bank or we get as a salary, we don't know where that money has come from. You know? So, to the extent we can be cautious, we should be cautious. But beyond that, I don't think so we should nitpick into all this.
Babaji, the brother asks, hello, Master. I have loved the teachings from the beginning, just like the Seva. I am not yet an initiate. I already sent the request for my initiation. Even so, I fear I do not belong to the path. What is this fear due to? And how do I make my heart the perfect home for you?
Brother, spirituality is actually the core of our being. Spirituality means discovering the love which is already there, nothing else. Spirituality is the path to help us to merge with our Heavenly Father. And that is for everybody. Some of us realize it, some of us don't realize it. Some of us are able to achieve it, some of us don't achieve it. So it's not to separate us, it is to unite us with a common purpose, which is God realization.
Babaji, the brother, asks, Maharaji used to say that he would love to see his master again. And in the scriptures say that darshan is the most important thing, even more so than meditation. The question is if darshan is more important than meditation.
You see, first we must understand what darshan is. Darshan is the helplessness of the soul looking at its master. Helplessness. It's not thinking. It's not, should I look at the face, the eyes, this, that. It is the helplessness. When you forget yourself, when you merge yourself into your beloved, that is darshan. Most of us, we are looking, we are seeing. We don't have that intensity within us. So we need to get that intensity to have that darshan. And that will come within, not on the outside.